Please be seated. It's a very long talk. Husband your energies. Seton Hall class of 2010, you have earned this day. My friends, you are here today because, quite simply, others have paid a price for you to sit in this seat and to wear this academic attire. You have been bought, if you will, by the sacrifice of others, by your parents, and by the generosity of those who have stood and stand by your side. They have encouraged you and helped you in bringing you to this graduation day. We must never, my friends, never forget that our achievements in no small ways are due to the support and the love of others. I greet everyone here today. I certainly greet Mr. Borowski, the chair of our Board of Regents, and members of our trustees and regents, faculty, administration, and staff who are here today, as they are every day for you. I want to also congratulate our two newest alumni, Dr. Sarah Butler and Dr. Eric Ross, two people who really embody what it means to be people for others. And we are honored today in honoring both of you. Well, class of 2010, you are receiving your bachelor's degree today. And I, the president of Seton Hall, we both have something in common. We are both at a commencement, at a new beginning, as the word commencement means. A new beginning. You with 4 years of undergraduate study behind you, and I with 15 years of the presidency. We are together today, walking into the future. When I welcomed you to Seton Hall as freshmen at your orientation in September of 2006, or maybe September 2005, you hung in, good, you hung in. I use the image as I have over the years, which you're all familiar with. I have used the image of a book, as I have done with each of our entering classes. And the image is simple. On your first day at Seton Hall, symbolically, a new book is handed to you, a book of blank pages, some 1,300 blank pages, or 1,600 if you're taking 5 years. But basically, well over 1,000 pages, and each page a day, each page part of a story in the large volume of what will be your Seton Hall undergraduate story. This morning, you write the last page of that book, and I will soon close my presidential volume with its more than 5,000 pages of presidential stories. We will each take our Seton Hall volume with us, and it will remind us that our experiences here will continue to shape us as we are writing even new chapters in our own stories. Commencements are special moments across America, certainly during these days of the spring. One reason is that higher education, our American college campus, is, in a sense, a new Ellis Island. It is the place where an American dream and dreams begin to take shape. Higher education is a mainstay of our American society in many, many different ways. And universities, and certainly Seton Hall, exists for this, to support, my friends, to support your aspirations and your idealism and your generosity, all in the pursuit not only of making a living, but also, and much more importantly, in the pursuit of lives of purpose and lives of meaning. Our mission always directs us to form servant leaders. The church in the United States, very early on, staked out the acreage of higher education as a place for its witness, convinced that our Catholic faith could be a foundation for intellectual community. And so it has been. I never forget the words of Pope John Paul II, quote, "A Catholic university is distinguished by its free search for the whole truth about nature, the human person, and God." How privileged, my friends, we are to be part of this great Catholic university. Our university libraries across campus have well over 1 million, closer I guess to 2 million volumes. And those books are the repository of the cumulative human wisdom of the millennia, the experience of prophets and sages, of scholars and researchers. What if you were to distill, what if you were to boil down all the human wisdom of the ages? You might, let me say might, boil them down to 2 questions. Question number 1, if you are not for yourself, who will be? And secondly, if you are only for yourself, what good is that? First question, if you are not for yourself, who will be? No one else can take hold of the direction of your life for you. No one else. And you know this better, my friends, now than when you arrived at Seton Hall. No friend, no spouse, no parent can do for you what you need to do for yourselves. Responsibility for yourself, for your vocations, for your relationships, and yes, for your souls. All of these cannot be outsourced to anyone else. I see before me hundreds of well-educated young people who have marvelous dreams today. Let me remind you that you will realize your dreams if you deserve your dreams. Going forward, know that there is no substitute for ongoing learning and hard work. If all you know in the years to come is what you have learned thus far, impressive as that is, you will not get very far today. There is no substitute for continuing acquisition of new skills, new knowledge, and your personal distilling of wisdom from all of your life's experiences, joyful and painful. And the next question, if you are only for yourself, what good is that? Realize that and be men and women for others. Be aware of the world around you and see how blessed you are today. Less than 80% of our high school or young people, teenagers, do not graduate even from high school. It's a really troubling number. And of those that do graduate from high school, perhaps 60% begin one form or another of post-secondary education. And of those that do begin, perhaps 40%, like yourself, sit in a seat with a baccalaureate degree. You are privileged, my friends. much more so than many, the majority of your fellow American citizens. Do recognize the responsibility that rests on your shoulders. Seton Hall has a goal of educating you not only to be well-trained professionals, but also to be people of character and virtue. Graduates who are both competent, you know what you're doing, and caring. You pay attention to other people. In some, men and women who are servant leaders. What about our world and all its problems and challenges? What are you to do? It's been said that the optimist claims that we live in the best of all possible worlds, and that the pessimist is someone who is afraid that the optimist just might be right. No, the optimist is not right. This is not the best of all possible worlds. But unlike the pessimist, we believe that our actions, no matter how small they may be, our actions can make the world a better place. Our efforts can heal and strengthen society and our communities. Never be daunted by the problems that are before you. Ethel Fugard, who was one of the greatest writers at the time of apartheid in South Africa, once wrote that he tried to change the world through politics, and that did not work. And then he tried to change the world through his art, and that did not work. Finally, he decided that he could only begin to change society by touching one individual at a time and making that person's life better. As Mother Teresa said, if you can't feed 100 people, feed one. And can it be any simpler than that? Thank you. Not so much clapping, we got 2 more pages to go. Then the big story. My friends, in Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, the pragmatic friar Lawrence reminds the young hero who's about to be exiled from his beloved Verona, his native city. He reminds him saying, Romeo, remember, there is a world outside of Verona. My friends, there is a world outside of Verona, a world outside of Seton Hall. We are all very comfortable, all of us, on campus or on the green or in the classrooms or the galleon room. This is our Verona, and we love it. But there is still a much larger world out there for you and for me as President Emeritus, still to discover. There is a much larger world outside our gates for us to understand and to appreciate and to experience, and for us as well to heal and to make better. I believe, as Jonathan said earlier this morning, great stories lie before you in years to come as we all move outside of Verona. Let me end, this is my last Seton Hall graduation. My first one was in the spring of 1981, so I guess about 29 of them. My friends, know that wherever you go, wherever this marvelous odyssey of life takes you, Seton Hall is there with you at your side. God has brought you to this wonderful juncture, this commencement in your life. I believe that great, remarkable pages have been written in our Seton Hall stories. Trust God to be with you, with us, as we write new ones. My friends, be good and do good. Class of 2010, until we meet again, may God bless us all. Go Pirates.